You've asked me about when I wanted to get organized. I kind of want to hear that story of how, because I feel like we're connected at the hip, that you've sort of passed the torch off to me to help all these ladies.
When back then, my sister and I had both hit bottom, and I'd read somewhere that when you're utterly disgusted with your old ways, until you're that way, you can't break free to newness. I no longer believe that. You can, there's any degree of deciding to change. You can decide to change when you just have a little to change. But at that point, we were both desperately disorganized. I was in a very abusive marriage. He didn't hit me, but he was very into that mental abuse kind of deal, and put me down all the time, told me I was worthless, useless, ugly, stupid, all of that. And it wasn't the way I had been raised. Our mom she was a BO, but she was lighthearted. She laughed a lot, and my mom and dad, when I think of them, they had this wonderful marriage, and they adored us. And my mother really would praise my creativity. She'd say, "Oh, did you do that flower arrangement? Oh my gosh, you could work in a florist." I mean, she was always just, it was nice until I got older. Then it was embarrassing, because she'd be in an audience and she'd say, "You are such a wonderful person." And I was like, "Okay, Mom." She was that
back
way.
off.
Yeah, back off. Yeah. So when my sister and I got together, I'd moved back to Vancouver, Washington, where we were raised. And so her separate house and my separate house were disasters, and she knew I was in a bad marriage. And I said, let's get organized. Let's put our heads together and figure out how can we get out of these messes. I'd read every book, because I'm a reader. I read every book on how to get organized that were out at the time. There was, control your time in your life, and there were about 10 books out there. They were all written by born organized BOs that just say, get off the couch and do it.
I only read your book.
I know you did, and you wouldn't let yourself read anything else.
I did not want to have what you said diluted by any born organized person. You were more like me. They weren't like me.
They don't know. They don't understand us. And so that's all the magazines that are out there. When there's this January issue of every magazine in the grocery store is going to say, get organized now. And it's
10 steps to getting organized in the new year.
It's a load of crap. It's all stuff.
Adore who you are. Adore where you are. Adore who you're with.